Do you think there is any truth to that?
There's truth in some of that. That was a strong quote there.
Yeah.
I mean, even giving Tyronn Lue a heart attack. You know what I mean, that was
Almost.
He needed a sabbatical.
right. But that's kind of strong, though.
Yeah.
But yes, is there something to this? Absolutely. This has been mishandled from the beginning, starting even before. This started with Paul George. I've said this, Shannon, that Magic not wooing Paul George is the reason why this won't work out in L.A. Because had they started with him to go with LeBron, look at where they would be.
Right.
And then they would just be looking to add another piece.
Are you sure Paul George just wanted no part of it?
Well, but I'm just saying, but part of it was, and I get the LeBron factor, but I'm saying Magic thought it was in the bag. And you can never believe, Skip, it's in the bag. I got to woo you. I got to tell you I want you. I can't say, oh, this is the Lakers. Everybody wants to play here. Because you know what? In Kobe's final years, nobody wanted to come here and play with the Lakers. Dwight Howard gave up $30 million to leave the Lakers. These are all true facts. So I'm saying Magic has not handled it right, and now here we are. Yes, LeBron is an aged superstar. He doesn't have the same impact. The numbers are still good, Shannon, but would you agree?
Yeah.
The impact isn't there. They couldn't beat the Hawks. They couldn't beat New Orleans without Anthony Davis. They couldn't beat Memphis. They couldn't beat the Suns. I mean, it was just ridiculous. This is after they still had a chance
Suns beat Golden State
to make the playoffs, but they had a chance to make the playoffs. And then you look at it and go, where do you go from here? What will Magic be able to do? And I don't think there's a lot that he can do. If nobody wants to come play with LeBron James, you're in trouble. When you look at how are you going to get Anthony Davis? If I'm New Orleans, maybe I don't want to make a trade with the Lakers no matter what they offer. And then when you start to look at the pieces, Brandon Ingram has a serious situation with the blood clots.
They said he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but it also was the reason that Chris Bosh's career came to an end. I'm just saying, Lonzo Ball hasn't been able to stay healthy in either of his two seasons. So when you start looking at the pieces, are they as attractive for New Orleans? So say you can't get Anthony Davis for another year until his free agency. When you add that up, add the fact that LeBron did have something to do with the players that they did bring in. It wasn't just Magic. I do not believe that Magic brought in those guys without talking to LeBron James. I don't believe that for 1 second. So it's a mess. Instead of calling him Magic Johnson, probably Tragic Johnson for the job he's done so far. It's been that bad.
I know. It's
no
harsh.
way. And when people say it's been a total failure, it has. Nobody, not you, and not you, Jenny, thought that the Lakers wouldn't make the playoffs when LeBron James came here, even with the injury.
True.
How many consecutive years has the Lakers missed the playoffs?
It's 6 now.
So was Magic the GM all those 6
No, he
years?
wasn't.
So let me ask you a question. Who gave Luol Deng 4 years, $72 million?
It wasn't Magic.
Hold on, wait a minute, man. Skip, didn't he have his turn to talk?
I'm sorry.
This is not. I'm posing this to you, but this is not a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer.
Okay, be quiet.
Who gave Tim Mozgov 4 years, $64 million? Was that Magic or Mitch Kupchak? So I believe a lion's share of the
Jim Buss.
I believe it's Kupchak and Jim Buss because for 4 years before Magic arrived, this was in a tailspin. Magic said this is only his second year on the job.
Yep.
So I think we need to get now. He was gearing up for 2018, 2019 because it was going to be the big year of the free agency. He got one. No matter if you say, well, LeBron was coming here anyway, he still got him. He's in the Lakers uniform.
Fair
so
enough.
if he gets one more, he would have done what he said he's going to lure 2 big-time free agents.
Yep.
He said, I'm clearing cap space so we can have the space to get 2. He has one. He has to get one more. Skip, look. And we say LeBron doesn't have the impact, but the players that he's playing with, do they have the impact? I don't think so. So that goes into it as well. LeBron needs pieces. I don't care how good of a puzzle solver you are. If you're missing pieces, you can't put it together, Rob.
Did LeBron have anything to do with that roster? I'm asking you, Shannon. Did he have any input, yes or no?
I don't think, hold on. The way I look at it is like when you go into a new situation. When I first came here, I ain't asked for anything. I'm happy to have a job. Now, maybe a couple of years in, I might be asking for some things now. But beforehand,
over here.
so now it might be a little different. I believe the first year, LeBron was like, oh, that's what you want to do? Okay, go ahead. I'm not so sure this year around, Rob, LeBron is going to be as receptive or acceptive of what's going on.
Interesting. So the reason we just read this anonymous quote, scathing quote, is because The Athletic polled a dozen league sources and asked them to rank the 3 teams now outside of the playoffs, based on this current standings, with the brightest futures. Right. So it was on a point system. And Dallas, because they got
Doncic.
And
they got
Kristaps
coming, right?
So they got 32 points to lead the way by far. Sacramento was second with 25. Atlanta was third with 22. And then you have to go way down here past Chicago. Oh, here's
Chicago.
The Lakers. Yeah, under Chicago is the Lakers with 5. Chicago got 7.
That's a
and
move.
Lakers got 5. So all these executives, these insiders, are all saying the Lakers have a very bleak future. Now, again, I keep telling you, there's one magic potion that would change everything. If KD and Kyrie just suddenly said, let's just go to L.A. and save the Lakers and save LeBron's legacy and help him win one more championship or maybe a couple, 3 more, who knows? That would do it. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Sure, but what are the chances of that?
Okay. Well,
now KD just listed his top 5 players, greatest players of all time, and LeBron wasn't on the list.
Well, okay. Well, maybe that would be a reason he wants to go
Steph
help him.
lifted his, and he wasn't on the list, so what?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, again, now we got KD mad at him, and he's mad at KD, and I don't know. But on July the 1st, who knows what KD and Kyrie, who can be sort of childlike and knee-jerk reactionary in their thinking, who knows what they might just suddenly decide to do?
Yeah.
Well, that would change everything.
Absolutely.
And to your point, if KD merely leaves Golden State, it cracks the door open. Just cracks the door open in the West. But as much as I love Magic Johnson, I can't defend the moves that he's made because people forget he did right out of the box when he got the job. He traded Lou Williams. I love Lou Williams.
I did,
Come on.
Best 6 man off the bench, man.
Gonna probably win the award again this year.
And we can go into second and third level thinking here and what's the big picture, but he let Julius Randle walk and go, and he let Brook Lopez go, and Brook Lopez has been a great fit with LeBron as that stretch shooter. Yeah. Wow, he can shoot threes. And, to your point, as much as I love Lonzo, he has been injury prone. And so Magic he didn't sign off. He said his jersey is going to hang in the rafters.
Absolutely.
Okay, with the number 2 overall pick, number 2 is going to hang in the rafters. Well, I can't defend that so far. That may change. Yeah. So then we get all the way down to the Zubats trade, which I'm just dumbfounded by because you loved him. I liked him a lot. And now he's a Clipper? He's a Clipper. For Muscala. What? And Muscala doesn't even contribute. That was a bad idea. That could turn out to be a really bad idea. Yeah. So Magic has not distinguished himself so far, but in Jeannie Buss's latest podcast that she did, she makes it very clear that she loves Magic. She said no 2 people could be any closer than we are as executives, and she loves Luke Walton because in her years with Phil Jackson when they were partners, she said that Luke always said, Bill Walton may be Luke's dad, but Luke is my son, said Phil Jackson. Well, so Jeannie probably considers Luke a little bit like her son. Well, I don't know that she wants to part ways with Luke, and I don't know that she can objectively view how Magic has operated as a GM. So that's why I think the executives are just sitting back saying, man, LeBron is aging, and unless you land the biggest fishes, what are you going to do?
Go ahead, Rob.
But if you don't, just look at where they are, especially if you can't convince New Orleans to make a trade.
And I don't believe that. Unless we get that ping pong ball. We get that number 1 ping pong ball. Look at
you.
Why you get so upset?
3%.
That's okay. The Cavaliers got it with 1%.
You ain't getting it.
Why you hating?
I'm just saying.
Are you suggesting it's going to be rigged?
No. As soon as we get it, that's what he's going to say. It's a conspiracy. Skip, you know it. No way, no how, Skip. They had a 3% chance, and they got this ping pong ball, and they traded it for AD and True Holiday.
Both. Ooh.
That's what you got. Yep. You want to bet something on that?
No, I don't want to bet anything.
Okay.
Skip, the Magic said give him 2 years, give him 2 summers. 18, 19.
He said that.
He said give him 2 summers. I'm going to give him 2 summers.
But I think that's why I think that he realizes what a mess it was. That's why they panicked this year with the AD thing, which helped derail the team by putting it out there. Because The original plan was the first year, let's take a look at everything, am I right? Yeah. And then we'll decide who's going to fit, who's going to stick, and what moves we need to make. And then all of a sudden it accelerated to, we got to have AD right now. We got to trade everybody.
But Skip.
And the season went by the wayside.
Magic didn't know that AD was going to fire his representation, hire Rich Paul, demand a trade, and one of the options was the Lakers. Hold on, now what you mean, let it play out? We got a chance to get AD? Okay, what do we need to do to get AD?
That was a LeBron production.
Yes, it was.
That was AD. AD grown man.
He ain't no, let me tell you something. He was influenced.
So did LeBron pull his finger up last night when he was walking out the stadium? Did LeBron do that too?
You didn't see the string? Look close.
Exactly. Y'all believe it? AD. When he flipped the fan off, just said, you hear the fan in the background said, forget you, AD. So stop blaming LeBron for everything, Skip. AD is a grown man. He wants to take ownership of his own career. He says it's important about my legacy, not money. So now he wants to play for the Lakers. See, all this could have been what? Lakers could have had AD. New Orleans could have had a nice little pieces. Instead, him being hard-headed Dale Demps, he's without a job.
He was going to be out of a job regardless. He was already on his way out.
So LeBron led poor AD down the path to nowhere.
No, he did. He
turned him into a villain.
You can't lead a grown man. A grown man making $150 million and somebody else can lead you somewhere. Stop it. You ought to be
I think he did get led. I think he went completely out of character. And I co-signed on. Because I thought LeBron was powerful enough to do that.
To make it happen.
Yeah. No, I knew that wasn't going to happen because for that very reason what you said. They were going to show him, LeBron James, you ain't running nothing over here. You might run the Lakers, but you don't run the Pelicans. So he tried to buck up and leaking information. Now
only
what?
Go up from here, I guess?
That's the question. Now what?
Because they still only had 35 wins. I know they have 3 games left, but that's the same record as last year. And that hurts.
That ain't good. That hurts.
That hurts. I mean, that does not feel good for a lot of people.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you're just going to look away?
You mean the king emeritus?
Okay.
Isn't he emeritus?
No.
Shannon's just
okay,
stop.
you laughing at everybody.
Everybody's laughing.
I want you to come back next year. I want you to come back next year in October, November.
Ready?
Okay.